Once we have created a data set, we can go ahead and modify this data set accordingly before or after creating a report. So we can go to the list datasets section. Here on the left hand side, we have a list of all the existing data sources along with their type. And we have a couple of action controls over here. We can refresh this source, we can create a new report using this data source or add a card to an existing report, and I can even delete any data store. So on the right hand side, we have all the controls to modify the selected data set. This tab shows all the general information of this source. Here we can get the credentials of this data source. I can change the source from over here. For example, since I have chosen a Google Sheets data source, I can go ahead and change the file which is there and the sheet which is selected. I can get a preview of that sheet and go ahead and update this. Here this prompts up which says that the data type definition, hierarchy definition, and the data restriction tabs, that are all the controls which are below this, would be reset. So whether I want to go ahead with changing the file or not. So I'll click on update and I get this alert message saying that the changes are successfully saved. So this is the data type definition tab. Here I can see all the fields which are selected from this sheet are automatically segregated as dimensions, measures, and time fields. I can easily just move one type of field to another type based on its usability and update this. Next, we have the hierarchy definition field, where I can wish to drill down our data based on some hierarchy definition. So for example, first off, I'm going to add a new drill over here. For example, I'm choosing team as a field, and inside a team of employees, we have employees of different designation. So I'm going to choose designation as the second measure over here and update this. Now this drill would be applicable to any of the view which I create using this particular data source. We can even go ahead and add some conditions or restrictions on any of the dimensions from the data restriction tab. Finally, I can schedule data refresh for this data store. I can schedule refresh daily or weekly, monthly, yearly, and so on. Here I can click on refresh now if I wish to refresh the data store right now. The enable email notification will give me a notification on my mail address, whichever I have specified over here, whenever this particular data source is refreshed and along with its status of refresh. Here we have the enable NLP option. I'm going to check this one since it lets me talk to my data whenever I create a report using this particular data source. So once I'm done, I'm going to click on update. So here I get an alert message saying that this data store has been refreshed and the scheduler is also updated. So all these changes are now applicable on the selected data set.